So today we're ranking the best chins in recent UFC history. Let's start this list off with the GigaChat himself, Drew Dober. If you need any proof of his chin, then go watch his fight against Bobby Green. He has been knocked out in his last fight, but if you look at his chin's other performances in his last fights, then I think he's a good beat here. Up next we have the king of cocaine, aka the GOAT, John Jones. So, up until now his chin looked pretty bulletproof, but it hasn't been as tested as some others on this list. The first fight against Alexander Gustafsson showed us that it's pretty strong, but I haven't seen enough of it to give him S tier. Because his fight IQ is so high that he doesn't get hit as much. Guys like Gustafsson and Reyes showed us that he's human, but they were not able to crack his chin open. But who knows, maybe Stipe shows us something that lets me put him up here. Until then, he remains in A tier. Joining him into A tier, Cyril Gane. Obviously he's known for his great chin. His chin is great, but he still gets dropped all the time. His chin might be not as great as his recovery, but he has to be at least A tier because he's never been out cold. He's been hit with some fucking bombs, and it's just iconic. If you have highlight videos of your chin, you deserve to be at least A tier. But he has been dropped too many times to put him into S tier. A guy who's S tier for sure, on the other hand, is this BMF right here. Max Holloway has been hit with 5 million freaking punches and hasn't been down once. He's been in the game for years. He has fought only championship caliber fighters for like the last 6 years, 7 years, and some power punchers as well. Talking about Holloway, he's also the reason why the next entry is on this list, and I'm talking about Brian Ortega. So, being tough plus poor defense equals bad news. The amount of shots that guy ate from Holloway is incredible. I know Holloway isn't the most powerful puncher, but regardless, this was a huge performance of his chin. A great example for a tested chin, on the other hand, would be this guy here. Justin Gaethje has been dropped a few times, he has been knocked out, but the amount of damage he withstood before getting dropped and knocked out is incredible. So he has to be at least B tier. Maybe he should be A tier, but for now I'm going to put him here so the list doesn't look eccentric. He also explained why he has a good chin, and I think I'm going to show you the clip right here.
So think about Michael Chandler. When he fought me, he knew he was in danger the whole time. And when he fought Oliveira, I think after the first round, after he won the first round, he either got too overconfident but he forgot the danger that is presented at all times if they're not dead. And I think that's why that shot was so effective, because in his mind, he wasn't in danger. That's why Cerrone has a hard time taking shots, because he's trying to avoid danger so his body doesn't go to a primal state. Tony Ferguson is as primal as they come. If you can provide oxygen to the core of your brain, you will not go to sleep. The fight or flight is human, and if you're running from danger and you can provide oxygen to your brain, you're going to keep running.
And speaking of eccentric, I honestly don't think that I'm going to need this one. Much better. A guy who's been knocked out and still going into A tier is this one right here. So, even though Stipe has been knocked out cold, I think he deserves to be here because we have to compare with what he's been hit and with what Gage has been hit. Gage has fought some power punchers, but he's a lightweight. And if we compare Dustin Poirier's punches with Francis Ngannou's punches, and we're talking about a Fort Escort going full speed right onto his chin. I think he's deserving of this spot. And even though the chin does get better with you moving up in weight, it's not comparable to the increase in punching power. Last but not least for today's tier list, we have wrong tier list. We have Marvin Vettori, and undoubtedly he's S tier. The amount of damage this guy took from Whittaker and Cannonier without being dropped is insane. It's just insane. It should be illegal to take that many punches without being knocked out. And not only his chin, but also his body is made out of steel, considering the body kicks that he took from Paulo Costa. So, this is it for today's video. What would your tier list look like? Just give me a list in the comments below, and see you next time.